All You Need to Know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Good morning, and thanks for listening in. This is the All You Need to Know podcast on Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is Monday, the 20th of July. Things are going from bad to worse when it comes to controlling the coronavirus. The country added nearly 39,000 new cases in the 24 hours to Sunday morning. That's the biggest single-day jump, and it's taken the total tally to 10.8 lakh. India has now become the third country in the world to cross the 10 lakh mark. This comes at a time when states are easing restrictions because the lockdowns so far have already severely impacted economic growth. The rising cases could put the brakes on the rally that we've seen in the equity markets here, but I'll let Agam tell you more about that in the trade setup. An interesting update, though, is the fact that foreign portfolio investors have continued to be net sellers throughout July. As of Friday, they'd pulled out a little over 6,000 crore rupees from the equity markets. There's good news for the agrarian side of the economy, though. India has so far received 6% more rainfall than normal in this monsoon season. The pinch of salt in that update is that precipitation in parts of North India remains deficient, according to the IMD. In top business news, HDFC Bank Chief Executive Aditya Puri has said that the Reserve Bank of India has asked the bank to refund 210 crore rupees, which was debited from the account of Altico Capital in September 2019. Some of you will remember that incident. In case you don't, please do read the story on the website bloombergquint.com. At the AGM, Mr. Puri also attempted to clear the air about recent top management exits and the succession plan of the bank. In the infrastructure space, as many as 401 projects, each worth 150 crore rupees or more, have been hit by cumulative cost overruns of more than 4.02 lakh crore, according to a report. In international news, the United Kingdom has indicated that it will join its international allies in suspending an extradition treaty with Hong Kong. Global pressure is building, led primarily by the US, after China imposed a national security law which gives it greater control to put down pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. In other news, Bloomberg has reported that European Union efforts to agree on a 750 billion euro stimulus package had failed to bear fruit late on Sunday local time. Leaders were unable to reconcile differences over how much of the recovery fund should be distributed through grants as opposed to low-interest loans. Germany and France, with the backing of most of the bloc, are insistent that at least 400 billion euros of the package must be handouts in order to shield the fragile economies of southern Europe from the worst effects of the coronavirus pandemic. In international markets, the three early risers in the Asia-Pacific region have started the week mixed, but without big moves. And US indices futures, meanwhile, are pointing to slight gains. With that, it's over to Agam Vakil for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Agam. How are we looking at the start of the week?
Good morning, Alex, and good morning, listeners. Well, the SGX Nifty futures is currently trending higher by 30-odd points, and we're likely to see a positive opening for Indian markets. In stocks and news, right at the top, we have HDFC Bank, where it has posted a net interest income growth of nearly 18% year-on-year for the first quarter of FY21. The net profit is also up 20%, and the bank has set aside provisions to the tune of 3,892 crores for the current quarter. Moving on, ICICI Lombard General Insurance has seen its gross income down 5% at 3,394 crores, and its net income is up 28% at 398 crores. In terms of earnings today, we are keeping an eye on ACC and SBI Cards and Payment Services. We also have Vodafone Idea, which is in focus as it has paid a further sum of 1,000 crores to the DoT towards the AGR dues. The company had earlier deposited 6,854 crores in 3 tranches, and thus far the company has taken its total payment towards AGR dues to 7,854 crores. In an COVID-19 update from Coal India, it says that its first quarter production declined 12% at 121 million tons. The continued lockdown during this period has had an adverse impact on coal dispatch from CIL, with decrease in power demand by as much as 30%. GMR Infra's JV has received an original proponent status for developing the Ninoy Aquino International Airport by Manila International Airport Authority. And finally, an update from IOL Chemicals and Pharma, which has been so strong of late. It says presently operations are on a normal scale and the company is making domestic and export sales accordingly, and therefore business has not been significantly affected by COVID-19. Now, these are just some of the stocks we can watch out for as we move into trade today, but don't forget to go through our morning edition of All You Need to Know only on BloombergQuint.com.
Thanks, Agam, and as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day and an even better week ahead.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.